For decades, whispers swirled around the legacy of Orson Welles, the man hailed as a cinematic genius, yet plagued by rumors of unfinished projects, broken relationships, and hidden struggles. Now, at 86, his daughter has finally revealed what many suspected all along. And her words have sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. Orson Welles was no ordinary filmmaker. With Citizen Kane often regarded as the greatest film ever made, he changed the landscape of cinema forever. His innovations in storytelling, cinematography, and character depth became a blueprint for future filmmakers. Yet, for all his brilliance, Welles lived in the shadow of both praise and controversy. He was the prodigy who rose too fast, the visionary who struggled to finish his projects, and the artist who often seemed at war with the very industry he transformed. Throughout his lifetime, Orson Welles was shrouded in mystery. There were rumors about the true reasons behind his career setbacks. Whispers about lost films and speculation about his relationships with Hollywood's power players. Some believed Welles sabotaged his own success, while others insisted he was a victim of an industry that feared his brilliance. His sudden exile from Hollywood and later years in Europe only deepened the intrigue. For fans, the unanswered questions about Welles became as fascinating as his work itself. Now, decades after his passing, his daughter has finally broken her silence. At 86, she has confirmed what many suspected but never dared to say aloud. Orson Welles was a man consumed by both genius and self-doubt. According to her, Welles lived with a constant fear that his greatest success as in Kane was also his greatest curse. It cast such a large shadow that no matter what he created afterward, it could never match the myth of his debut. This pressure, she admitted, haunted him until his final days. She also revealed intimate details about Welles. Battles behind closed doors, his frustrations with studios that slashed his films, his heartbreak over projects that never saw completion, and his private loneliness despite his public charm. Behind the booming voice and larger-than-life persona was a man desperate for validation, often questioning whether he had truly lived up to his potential. Perhaps most shocking, his daughter confirmed what fans long suspected, that Welles left behind more than just unfinished films. He left behind fragments of himself, notebooks filled with ideas, scripts that never made it to screen, and personal reflections that reveal the depth of his insecurities. For the first time, she admitted that Orson Welles feared he would be remembered as a failure. Not the towering genius we see today, but her revelations don't only dwell on the pain. She painted a portrait of a man who, despite everything, loved his craft deeply and never gave up on the dream of creating. Even in his later years, when money was tight and opportunities scarce, Welles kept writing, filming, and imagining. His resilience, she explained, was just as much a part of his legacy as his groundbreaking work. Hearing his daughter finally confirm these long-held suspicions is bittersweet. On one hand, it humanizes Orson Welles, reminding us that even legends wrestle with doubt and despair. On the other, it forces us to confront the tragedy of a man who gave the world so much, yet never felt fully satisfied with his own legacy. At 86, Orson Welles' daughter has given us more than just confirmation of old rumors. She has given us closure. The man we suspected was both a genius and a tortured soul has now been revealed as exactly that. And perhaps, in understanding his struggles, we can better appreciate the brilliance he left behind.